Every bride walks toward the altar with hope in her heart. I walk toward mine, knowing that by the end of the night, my husband would either claim me as his queen or rip out my throat. But before we dive into the darkness, if you live for stories that wreck you emotionally, tales with possessive alphas, deadly secrets hidden behind every glance, and romantic tension so thick you could choke on it, then you need to hit that subscribe button right now. Drop a like so more readers can find this story and share it with someone who needs to feel something real today. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single word of what happens next. Now, let me introduce you to Serafina. Part 1. The Bride Wore Black. The moment I said, I do, to the Lycan King, I signed my own death warrant. He just doesn't know it yet. The chains around my wrists were cold. Not the decorative kind they use in human weddings, no delicate gold or silver. These were iron, wrapped in leather, and they connected me to the man who was about to become my husband. The man who would kill me if he ever discovered what I really was. Xander, the Lycan King, the most powerful alpha in a century, and my enemy. The moonlight streamed through the glass ceiling of the pack's sacred bonding chamber, painting everything silver. Hundreds of wolves had gathered below, their eyes glowing in the darkness like scattered embers. They had come to witness their king take a mate. They had come to celebrate. They had no idea they were watching a funeral. The old ways bind us, the elder chanted,
Spirits of the
his
eternal
ancient
moon
voice
heed our
cracking
ancient
like
call.
dry
Guide
leaves.
your faithful pack through the
Blood
shadows
calls to
of
blood.
time.
Moon witnesses all. What is joined tonight can never be broken. I kept my eyes forward, my spine straight. I had practiced this moment 1,000 times in my head. Don't flinch. Don't shake. Don't let them smell the fear. But fear has a scent. Every wolf in that room could probably taste it on the air. Xander stood beside me, massive and terrifying in his ceremonial furs. Up close, he was even more overwhelming than the stories claimed. Broad shoulders that blocked out the light, hands that had killed more enemies than I had years of life, a jaw sharp enough to cut glass, and his eyes. Moon above, those eyes. They were the color of amber with gold flecks that seemed to move, to hunt even when he was standing perfectly still. Right now, those eyes were fixed on me with an intensity that made my skin prickle. "You're shaking," he murmured, his voice so low only I could hear. It rumbled through me like thunder underground. "I'm cold," I lied. His lips curved slightly. Not quite a smile. Wolves didn't smile, not really. It was more like he was tasting something interesting. "Lycans don't get cold, little one. And you're Lycan now." No, I wasn't. And that was the problem. The elder continued his chanting, something about fertility and strength and the blessing of the moon. I stopped listening. I was too busy cataloging every exit, every guard, every possible escape route. Old habits. The chamber was built into the mountain itself, carved from black stone that seemed to drink the light. Ancient tapestries hung on the walls, depicting battles and bloodlines stretching back thousands of years. The pack's history written in wool and thread. Soon, I would be part of that history. Serafina, the human-born queen. The outsider who married the king. Or rather, Serafina, the half-breed abomination who infiltrated the most powerful pack in existence. The truth was simpler and more dangerous than any of them could imagine. I wasn't just human-born. I wasn't just a weakling they'd taken pity on. I was a hybrid, half wolf, half something else. Something that had been hunted to near extinction 50 years ago. Something that the Lycan King had sworn to destroy. The bonding, the elder said, and I realized everyone was looking at me. Xander turned to face me fully, taking both of my chained hands in his. His palms were rough with calluses, incredibly warm. The heat of him seeped into my cold skin, and for one traitorous moment I wanted to lean into it. "We're supposed to say something," he told me. "The words don't matter. But the pack expects it, right? The pack. The hundreds of wolves watching our every move, evaluating their new queen. I'd prepared something. A pretty speech about honor and duty and gratitude. I opened my mouth to deliver it. What came out was, "I'm not who you think I am." Xander's eyebrows rose slightly. The pack went absolutely silent. Shit. I scrambled, my heart hammering against my ribs. I'm not worthy of this honor. I'm just a human. And you're the king. I don't understand why you chose me. The silence stretched. Somewhere in the crowd, someone coughed. Xander studied me for a long moment, those golden eyes searching my face like he was, reading a book written in a language only he understood. Then he did something that shocked me. He smiled. Not the predator's smile from before. This was different, warmer. It transformed his harsh features into something almost approachable. "You want to know why I chose you?" he asked, loud enough for everyone to hear. "I'll tell you." He released one of my hands and stepped closer, towering over me. His scent washed over me, pine and smoke and something wild, like the forest after rain. 3 months ago, I watched you stand between a wounded pup and a rogue wolf 3 times your size. You had no weapon, no training, no wolf to call on. Everyone else ran. But you stayed. I remembered that night. I remembered the rogue's yellow eyes, the stench of him, the way my blood had screamed at me to run, run, run. But the pup had been so small, so scared. I couldn't leave her. I killed that rogue, Xander continued. But I didn't need to. You had already decided to die protecting one of mine. A human girl, willing to give her life for a wolf she didn't even know. He lifted my chained hand and pressed it to his chest. I could feel his heart beating beneath my palm, slow, steady, powerful. That's why I chose you, Serafina. Not for your blood, for your heart. The pack erupted in cheers. Wolves howled their approval, the sound reverberating through the stone, until I felt it in my bones. And I stood there, my hand on my enemy's heart, and I wanted to scream, because everything he said was true. I had protected that pup. I would die for her even now, but I would also die for my own kind. The hybrids they'd slaughtered, the families they'd torn apart, the mother who had held me close and whispered, "Never let them know what you are, little moon. Never let them smell the truth." Xander thought he'd married a human with a lion's heart. He'd married the last living hybrid, the final survivor of a genocide his own father had ordered. And if he ever found out, he would finish what his father started. The elder bound our hands together with a strip of leather soaked in moonlight, some ancient ritual I didn't understand. "What the moon joins," he intoned. "Let no wolf tear asunder." Xander leaned down, his lips brushing my ear. "You're mine now," he breathed. "My queen, my mate, my responsibility. Nothing will hurt you ever again. I swear it on my blood." I closed my eyes. If only he knew. If only he knew that the greatest threat to my life was standing right in front of me, swearing to protect me from a danger that wore his own face. The ceremony ended. The pack celebrated. I smiled and nodded and played my part. And all night, I felt Xander's eyes on me. Watching, assessing, wanting. He thought he knew me. He had no idea. As the moon reached its peak and the celebration grew wilder, a wolf approached me. An elder, ancient and stooped, with milky eyes that had seen too many centuries. "My queen," he said, and his voice was like stones grinding together. "A word of warning?" I nodded, curious despite myself. He leaned close, and I caught a scent on him that made my blood freeze. Old magic, hybrid magic, the kind my mother used to weave. "The king is not the only one with secrets in this pack," the elder whispered. "And the moon sees all, little half-blood. The moon sees all." Before I could respond, he was gone, swallowed by the celebrating crowd. I stood frozen. My heart stopped in my chest. He knew. Someone already knew what I was. And if he knew, how many others did? I scanned the crowd wildly, searching for his ancient face, but he had vanished like smoke. When I turned back, Xander was watching me from across the chamber. His expression had shifted. The warmth was gone, replaced by something sharper, more focused. He'd seen my panic. He just didn't know the cause. Yet, he started walking toward me, cutting through the crowd like a knife through water. Wolves parted for him automatically, their alpha's presence demanding obedience even in celebration. I had seconds to compose myself, seconds to wipe the terror from my face and replace it with the mask I'd worn my entire life. But as he drew closer, I realized something horrible. The elder's words kept echoing in my head. The moon sees all, and tonight the moon was full, bright, watching. I looked up at it, and for just a moment, I felt something shift inside me. Something ancient and wild and hungry. No, not tonight. Please, not tonight. Xander stopped in front of me, close enough to touch. You look pale, he said. The celebration is too much. I'm fine, I managed. Just tired. He studied me, and I could practically feel him sifting through my lies, searching for the truth. Come, I'll take you to our chambers, where we would be alone, where he would expect. I couldn't think about that now. I couldn't think about anything except the building pressure in my chest, the way my bones were starting to ache, the telltale sign that my body was about to betray me in the worst possible way. The full moon. Hybrids weren't supposed to shift. We were broken, incomplete, unable to access our wolf forms. That's what they believed. That's what my mother had taught me to let them believe. But my mother had lied. I followed Xander through the winding stone corridors, my hands trembling at my sides. Each step sent agony through my legs. Each breath felt like swallowing glass. We reached a massive wooden door carved with wolves running beneath a silver moon. Xander pushed it open and gestured me inside. The chamber was beautiful warm furs, a crackling fire, a bed large enough for 6 people. Moonlight streamed through a window carved directly into the mountain rock. It's not much, Xander said, and I almost laughed. Not much. This room was bigger than the entire house I'd grown up in. It's perfect, I whispered, and I meant it. It would have been perfect in another life, with another man, if I was someone else. Xander moved behind me, and I felt his hands on my shoulders. Gentle, questioning. Serafina. His voice was soft. Look at me. I couldn't. If I looked at him, he would see. He would see the gold bleeding into my irises, the telltale sign of the change beginning. I can't, I breathed. His hands tightened slightly. Why not? Because I'm about to turn into the very thing you killed. Because my mother's blood is screaming in my veins. Because if you see my eyes right now, you'll rip out my throat and hang my body on the pack walls as a warning. I'm scared, I said. And at least that was true. His hands relaxed. He turned me gently, and I kept my eyes fixed on his chest, on the thick furs he wore on anything but his face. Of me? The hurt in his voice was real. I would never hurt you. I told you. You're mine to protect now. You don't know what I am, I whispered. I know exactly what you are. He tilted my chin up, and I squeezed my eyes shut, desperate to hide the gold. You're brave. You're kind. You're the woman who saved a pup she didn't know. That's all that matters to me. Slowly, gently, he pressed his lips to my forehead, and the pain exploded. My eyes flew open, I couldn't help it, and I saw Xander's face inches from mine. Saw his golden eyes widen. Saw recognition dawn. Because my eyes weren't brown anymore. They were glowing. Bright gold. Hybrid gold. Serafina, he breathed. and his voice held something I couldn't identify. Shock? Anger? Fear? I stumbled backward, but he caught my wrists, held me in place. Please, I begged, tears streaming down my face. Please. I couldn't, they would have killed me, my mother, please. Xander, please don't. He pulled me against his chest, wrapped his arms around me, held me so tight I couldn't breathe. And then he said the last thing I expected. I know. He whispered into my hair. I've always known. Would you look at that ending? Did you feel your heart stop? If you want to know why Xander has always known, if you want to see what happens when Serafina realizes her entire life has been a lie, then you need to subscribe right now. Hit that like button so I know you're feeling this story. Share it with your best friend who loves alpha romances. And comment below. What do you think Xander knew? How long has he been hiding this? I read every single comment and I want to hear your theories. Part 2. The truth in his teeth. He held me like he'd been waiting his whole life to catch me falling. I've always known. 4 words. 4 simple words that shattered everything I believed about my life, my survival, my carefully constructed prison of secrets. I pushed against his chest, hard, and this time he let me go. I stumbled backward until my spine hit the cold stone wall, putting as much distance between us as the room would allow. That's not possible. My voice came out wrong, too high, too thin, like a thread about to snap. No one knows. No one can know. My mother, your mother, Xander said quietly, was a remarkable woman. She kept you hidden for 23 years. That's longer than any hybrid has survived since the Purge. The Purge. That's what they called it. That's what the wolves called the systematic extermination of my kind. As if we were a disease to be cleansed. As if we were vermin. Don't talk about my mother. The gold in my eyes flared brighter, and I felt something crack inside my chest. The careful dam I'd built around my emotions, my Wolf, my true self. You killed her. Your father killed her. Your whole damn species. I killed no one. Xander's voice was steel wrapped in velvet. I was 12 years old during the Purge, Serafina. I didn't order it. I didn't participate in it. I didn't even understand what was happening until it was over. But your father, my father was a monster. He said it simply, without emotion, like he was stating a fact about the weather. He ordered the deaths of thousands based on fear and lies. He stained our pack's honor with blood that can never be washed clean. And then he died, alone and mad, haunted by the ghosts of everyone he'd murdered. I stared at him, my mind reeling. This wasn't in the stories. The Lycan King's father, the great Alpha who had united the packs, who had purged the hybrids, who had made the wolves strong again, was a monster. Was mad. You're lying, I whispered. You're trying to confuse me, to make me trust you so I'll lower my guard and then you'll... When have I ever lied to you? The question stopped me cold. I thought back. Every interaction, every word he'd spoken. I'd been so busy hiding, so focused on maintaining my disguise, that I'd never actually looked for deception in him. I don't know, I admitted. Never. He took a step toward me, then stopped when I flinched. I've never lied to you, Serafina. Not once. Not about why I chose you. Not about what I feel. Not about what you are. How? The question tore out of me, raw and desperate. How could you know? I've been so careful. I've suppressed my wolf since I was old enough to understand what I was. I've never shifted. I've never let anyone close enough to smell the truth. How? Xander's jaw tightened. Because unlike you, the world stopped. No, that wasn't possible. He was the Lycan King, the most powerful pure-blood alpha in existence. His bloodline stretched back thousands of years, unbroken, unsullied. I'm not pure, he said, reading the disbelief on my face. My grandmother was hybrid. She hid it her whole life. married my grandfather, bore his children. The hybrid blood passed to my father, diluted but present. And from him to me, I shook my head, refusing to believe it. You're alpha. You're stronger than any wolf alive. Hybrids are weak, broken. Everyone knows. Everyone knows what they've been told. His voice sharpened with frustration. The wolves who led the purge needed hybrids to be weak, to be dangerous, to be everything that justified their murder. So they created stories, lies, and they killed anyone who could prove otherwise. He reached up and pulled aside the collar of his shirt, revealing the base of his throat. A scar, old and silver, puckered white against his tan skin. Do you know what this is? I shook my head, unable to speak. Silver. He touched the scar gently. When I was 16, my father discovered what I was. He found old records, family histories, proof that his blood wasn't pure. And he tried to kill me. Right here, with a silver blade aimed at my heart. I pressed my hand to my mouth, horrified. I survived because my Wolf was stronger than he expected. Hybrid Wolf, not pure. The very thing he'd spent his life hunting saved my life. Xander let his shirt fall back into place. I killed him 3 days later. Not for revenge, for survival. He would have kept coming, kept trying, until one of us was dead. You killed your own father. I killed a monster who happened to share my blood. His golden eyes met mine, and for the first time I saw something other than strength in them. I saw pain, old and deep and carefully hidden. Just like you'll have to kill anyone who tries to hurt you for what you are. The fire crackled between us, filling the silence with soft pops and hisses. I could hear my own heartbeat, too fast, too loud. Could feel my hybrid Wolf pressing against my skin, demanding freedom after decades of imprisonment. Why didn't you tell me? I whispered. Before the ceremony? Before you bound me to you? Would you have believed me? No. I wouldn't have. I would have run. I would have disappeared into the night and spent the rest of my life looking over my shoulder, waiting for him to find me. I had to bind you to me first, he continued. I had to make you mine before you could run. Because once the mating bond is complete, you can't hide from me. And I can't hide from you. We're connected. Forever. That's not romantic, I said bitterly. That's kidnapping. It's survival. He moved closer, and this time I didn't back away. There are wolves in this. Pack-powerful wolves who would kill you without hesitation if they knew what you were. The mating bond protects you. As my mate, you're untouchable. Anyone who tries to hurt you answers to me. And if you're the one who wants to hurt me, the question hung in the air between us. Xander stopped moving. His expression shifted, the careful control slipping, for just a moment to reveal something raw and desperate underneath. I would rather die, he said quietly, than hurt you. I wanted to believe him. Moon above, I wanted to believe him so badly it ached. But wanting something didn't make it true. And trusting the wrong person had killed everyone I'd ever loved. My mother, I said slowly, taught me that wolves are predators, that they smell weakness and they attack, that the only way to survive is to never let them see you bleed. Your mother was right. Xander's voice was gentle. About most wolves. But I'm not most wolves, Serafina. I've spent my whole life hiding the same thing you have. I know what it's like to wake up every morning terrified that today is the day someone discovers the truth. I know what it's like to hate yourself for something you never chose. I know. Stop. I held up my hand, and he did. Just stop. I need to think. I need to process. You've just told me that my entire understanding of the world is wrong. And I can't just accept that because you say pretty words. Then don't accept it. He stepped back, giving me space. Question everything. Doubt me. Test me. But don't run. Stay here, with me, and let me prove that I'm telling the truth. And if I can't, then I'll follow you. His smile was sad. You're my mate, Serafina. There's nowhere you can go that I won't follow. There's no secret you can keep that I won't eventually find. The bond doesn't let us hide from each other. I thought about running. I thought about the forest outside, the miles of wilderness I could lose myself in. I thought about starting over, again, building a new identity, new lies, new walls. And then I thought about never having to hide again. The gold in my eyes was still blazing. I could feel it, bright and undeniable. For the first time in my life, I let someone see me. Really see me. The real me. Xander's breath caught. Beautiful, he whispered. You're so beautiful. I laughed, and it came out broken. I'm a monster. That's what they say. Hybrids are monsters. They're wrong. He moved toward me slowly, giving me time to retreat. I didn't. They're wrong about everything. Hybrids aren't weaker, we're stronger. We're not broken, we're evolved. We carry two bloodlines, two natures, two souls. And that makes us more than any pure wolf could ever be. His hand rose, cupping my face with impossible gentleness. His thumb traced my cheekbone, just below my glowing eye. I've been alone my whole life, he murmured, surrounded by wolves who would kill me if they knew the truth, pretending to be something I'm not. And then I found you. Another hybrid, another survivor, another soul carrying the same weight. A tear slipped down my cheek, and he caught it on his finger. I don't expect you to trust me tonight, he said. I don't expect you to love me, but I'm asking you to stay, to give me a chance, to let me show you that you're not alone anymore. The dam inside me cracked a little more. What happens now? I asked. Now? His smile widened, and for the first time, I saw the boy he must have been before his father tried to kill him. Now we figure out how to survive together. There are wolves in this pack who remember the purge, who participated in it, who would love nothing more than to finish what they started. Great, I muttered. So we're targets. We're alphas. His hand slipped from my face to my waist, pulling me gently against him. You're not just any hybrid. You're my hybrid. My mate. My queen. And anyone who tries to hurt you answers to the most powerful wolf in existence. That's very romantic, I said dryly. Very possessive alpha. You have no idea. His eyes darkened, the gold flaring brighter. When a wolf finds his mate, something happens. Something primal. He becomes obsessed, possessive, violent in his need to protect. I've been fighting that instinct since the moment I met you. Since you met me? But I was just a human then. You didn't know. I didn't need to know. He pulled me closer and I let him. My wolf knew. The moment you stood between that pup and the rogue, my wolf recognized you, screamed at me to claim you. It took every ounce of my control to wait, to court you properly, to give you time. You've been courting me. Wolves court. Humans date. I've been bringing you gifts for months, leaving fresh meat by your door, making sure the other wolves treated you with respect. You thought that was kindness? I thought you were just nice. He laughed. A real laugh that rumbled through his chest and into mine. I'm not nice, little one. I'm the Lycan King. I don't do nice. I do possessive. I do obsessive. I do whatever it takes to keep what's mine. His mouth hovered near mine, close enough that I could feel his breath on my lips. Tell me to stop, he whispered. Tell me you're not ready, and I'll wait. I've waited this long. I can wait longer. I should have told him to stop. I should have pushed him away, demanded more answers, more proof, more time. But I was so tired of being alone, and he smelled like home. I don't know if I trust you, I whispered, but I don't want you to stop. The sound he made was barely human, a low growl of satisfaction that vibrated through my entire body. And then his mouth was on mine, and I stopped thinking altogether. His kiss was nothing like I expected. Not gentle, not rough, but something in between. Demanding without being forceful, hungry without being desperate. He kissed me like he'd been starving his whole life, and I was the first real meal he'd ever tasted. I kissed him back with equal hunger, my hands fisting in his furs, pulling him closer. The hybrid wolf inside me howled with approval, recognizing its mate, its other half, its completion. When we finally broke apart, we were both breathing hard. Well, I managed. That was necessary. He finished. That was necessary. I laughed, and it felt strange on my lips. Strange and wonderful. I couldn't remember the last time I'd laughed. Really laughed. Now what? I asked. Now? He pressed his forehead to mine. Now we finish the bonding ceremony. The official part is done, but the real bonding, that happens when we complete the mate bond. When I bite you and you bite me, and our blood mixes forever. My heart stuttered. That's permanent. Yes. His eyes searched mine. It is. And I won't push you. We have time. We have the rest of our lives. When you're ready, you'll know. And so will I. Something warm bloomed in my chest. Hope, maybe. Or the first fragile tendrils of trust. Thank you, I whispered, for not forgiving me time. Always. He kissed my forehead, gentle this time. Now rest. Tomorrow we face the pack, and we start the most dangerous game of our lives. Dangerous. We're going to change everything, Serafina. His voice was soft but certain. We're going to tear down the lies my father built. We're going to make this pack safe for hybrids, for everyone, and the wolves who benefited from the old ways. They're going to fight back. I thought about the elder who had whispered in my ear, the one who knew what I was. Was he an ally, an enemy? Something in between? There's something I need to tell you, I said. During the celebration, an elder approached me. He knew. He called me half-blood. He said the moon sees all. Xander's expression hardened. Which elder? I don't know his name. Old, stooped, eyes like milk. Marcus. Xander's jaw tightened. He's been here longer than anyone. Served my father. Served my grandfather. If he knows, does that mean he's dangerous? It means, Xander said slowly, that we have an unknown variable. Marcus has never shown loyalty to anyone but the pack itself. If he knows what you are and hasn't exposed you, he has a reason. We need to find out what that reason is. Or he's waiting, I suggested. Waiting for the right moment to destroy us. Possible. Xander pulled me closer, tucking me against his side. But not tonight. Tonight we rest. Tomorrow we plan. I should have pulled away. Should have kept my distance. Maintained my walls. Protected myself. Instead, I leaned into his warmth and let myself pretend, just for a few hours, that I was safe. The fire crackled. The moon watched. And somewhere in the darkness, an ancient elder smiled and waited. Did you catch that? Xander is a hybrid too. Comment below. Did you suspect? Or did that twist catch you off guard? I want to know everything you're thinking right now. And if you're loving this story, show some love with a like. It helps other readers find us. Subscribe so you don't miss part 3, where we find out what Marcus the Elder really wants. Trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. Part 3, The Elder's Game. Some secrets are weapons. Some are shields. Marcus had been collecting both for 300 years. I woke to warmth. Not the artificial warmth of a fire or blankets, but living warmth. The heat of another body pressed against mine. Strong arms wrapped around my waist. Breath stirring the hair at the nape of my neck. For one suspended moment, I didn't remember. Didn't remember the ceremony, the revelation, the kiss. I was simply warm and safe and content in a way I hadn't been since I was a child. Then memory crashed back, and I tensed. Easy. Xander's voice was rough with sleep. You're safe. It's just me. Just him, the Lycan King, my mate. Another hybrid. I turned in his arms, careful not to move too fast. His face was relaxed in sleep, younger somehow without the weight of his crown. His eyes were closed, dark lashes fanned against his cheeks. "You're staring," he murmured without opening his eyes. "You're in my bed, our bed." Now he did open his eyes, and the gold in them was soft, warm. "And I'll be in it every night for the rest of our lives. Get used to it." My heart fluttered traitorously. "Bossy, alpha." He smiled, slow and lazy. "It's a medical condition," I snorted, and he laughed. And for a moment we were just two people sharing a ridiculous joke. No secrets, no danger, no past. Then reality crept back in. "Marcus," I said, "the elder. We need to find him." Xander's expression sobered immediately. He sat up, the furs falling away to reveal his bare chest. I tried not to look. Failed. "He'll be in the Elder's Hall this time of morning," Xander said. "They meet at dawn to discuss pack business. Old wolves, old habits. How do we approach him? If he's dangerous, then we're dangerous too." Xander's eyes hardened. "You're my mate, protected by pack law and my teeth. He can't touch you without declaring war on me. That's reassuring," I said dryly. "Very reassuring. It's supposed to be." He swung his legs out of bed and stood, stretching in a way that made me very aware of exactly how much wolf there was in him. "Get dressed. We'll face him together." The Elder's Hall was exactly what it sounded like. Massive chamber filled with ancient wolves who looked at me like I was something interesting they'd found on the bottom of their shoe. There were 12 of them, seated at a circular stone table. Each one was at least 200 years old, their faces lined with centuries of experience. They smelled like old parchment and older magic. Marcus sat at the head of the table, his milky eyes fixed on me as we entered. "The king honors us," he said, and his voice was exactly as I remembered stones grinding together. "And his new queen. We are blessed." The other elders murmured agreement, but I could feel their suspicion, their curiosity, their hunger for information they could use. Xander pulled out a chair for me, the one directly across from Marcus, and waited until I sat before taking his own place at the table's opposite end. King's position, controlling the space. "Marcus." Xander's voice was casual, but I could feel the tension radiating from him. "My mate mentioned you spoke to her at the celebration. About secrets. About the moon." The other elders went very still. Marcus smiled. It was not a pleasant expression. "Did I? I'm an old wolf. I say many things. Most of them are forgotten as soon as they're spoken. Not this one." I leaned forward, meeting his milky gaze. "You called me half-blood. You said the moon sees all. What did you mean?" Silence stretched. The other elders exchanged glances, clearly unaware of whatever game Marcus was playing. "Half-blood," one of them repeated. "A female, sharp-faced and suspicious." "What half-blood?" "The queen is human." "Is she?" Marcus's smile widened. "Is she really?" My heart stopped. Xander's hand found mine under the table, squeezing once. A warning. A promise. "I'm here. Don't panic." "The queen," Xander said calmly, "is my mate. That's all that matters. With respect, King." The sharp-faced elder I caught her scent as Fenris. Pack historian leaned forward. "If there's something we should know about her bloodline, we have a right." "You have a right to nothing." Xander's voice cracked like a whip. "I am your king. She is your queen. You will treat her with respect, or you will answer to me." Fenris subsided, but her eyes stayed on me, sharp and hungry. Marcus chuckled. "The king is protective, as he should be. A queen is precious, especially one so rare." The word hung in the air like smoke. "Enough games." Xander stood, and the power in the room shifted immediately. Every elder leaned back slightly, responding to his dominance without conscious thought. "Marcus, you will speak plainly. What do you want?" For a long moment, Marcus simply looked at him. Then he rose, slow and careful, his ancient bones creaking. "I want," he said quietly, "to see the purge undone." Shock rippled through the room. Fenris gasped. Another elder half rose from his seat. "Marcus!" That was a male at the far end, his face dark with anger. "You speak treason." "I speak truth." Marcus's milky eyes swept the table. "I was there, Thorn. I watched the purge begin. I watched your father," he nodded to Xander, "order the deaths of innocents based on lies. I watched him kill children, babies, for the crime of being born different. You supported him." Thorn was on his feet now, trembling with rage. "We all supported him. The purge made us strong. The purge made us weak." Marcus's voice was sad. "We killed our strongest wolves, our most gifted, our future. And for what? Fear. Simple, stupid fear." Xander hadn't moved, but I could feel the shock radiating from him. This wasn't what he'd expected. "You knew," I breathed. "You knew all along. About hybrids. About what they really are." Marcus turned his milky eyes to me. "I knew your grandmother, child. She was a healer. The best this pack has ever seen. She saved my life 3 times. And when the purge came, I watched her burn." Tears pricked my eyes. I'd never known my grandmother. My mother had spoken of her in whispers, always looking over her shoulder as if the memories themselves might kill her. "She didn't deserve to die," Marcus continued. "None of them did. And I've spent 200 years waiting for someone to come along who could fix what we broke." "Me?" I shook my head. I'm nobody. I've spent my whole life hiding. You're the last." Marcus's voice cracked. "The last hybrid born of pure hybrid blood. Everyone else, they died, or they mated with wolves, diluting their line until the gift faded. But you? Your mother found a hybrid father, kept the blood strong, passed it to you. How do you know that?" Xander demanded. "How do you know any of this?" "Because I helped." Marcus's eyes closed briefly. "I helped your mother escape. I helped her find safety. I helped her find a mate who would keep the bloodline pure. I've been watching over this family for 200 years. And you?" He looked at me, and for the first time, I saw something like love in his ancient face. "You are the culmination of everything I've worked for." The room was absolutely silent. Then chaos erupted. Thorn lunged at Marcus, his wolf erupting from his skin mid-leap. Other elders shouted, shifting, reaching for weapons that weren't there. Xander moved faster than I could follow. One moment he was beside me. The next he was between Marcus and Thorn, one hand wrapped around Thorn's throat, holding the massive wolf at arm's length like he weighed nothing. "No one," Xander said quietly, "touches an elder in my presence." Thorn shifted back to human, gasping, his eyes wide with fear. "He's a traitor. He helped hybrids escape. He saved my mate's family." Xander released him, and Thorn fell to the floor. "That makes him valuable to me." "You can't," Fenris started. "I can." Xander turned to face the table, and his eyes were blazing gold. "I am your king. I decide what is treason and what is survival. And right now, I decide that Marcus is under my protection. Anyone who touches him answers to me." The elders exchanged glances. I could feel their fear, their confusion, their hunger to understand what was happening. Marcus hadn't moved. He stood at the head of the table, watching Xander with something like approval. "You're more like your grandmother than your father," he said quietly. "She would be proud." Xander's jaw tightened. "My grandmother was hybrid." "I know," Marcus smiled. "I helped her hide it too. The revelation hit Xander like a physical blow. I saw him stagger slightly, saw the shock in his eyes. "You knew her?" "I loved her." Marcus's voice was soft. "She was my mate." The room went absolutely silent. I stared at Marcus, at his ancient face, his milky eyes, his stooped shoulders. And I tried to imagine him, young, strong, in love with a hybrid woman who would be burned alive decades later. "Why didn't you save her?" Xander's voice was raw. "Because she told me not to." Marcus's eyes closed. "She knew what would happen if I revealed myself. The pack would have killed us both. And she couldn't bear the thought of our child, your father, growing up without parents." "Your child?" Xander's voice cracked. "My father was your son." "No." Marcus opened his eyes. "Your father was her son. By a pure wolf she mated with after I couldn't protect her. She made a choice, a terrible choice, to hide our child's hybrid blood by having him with someone else. It didn't work. The blood still passed. But by then, it was too late. I was reeling. Xander was reeling. The whole room was reeling. "You're his grandfather," I whispered. "Xander's grandfather." Marcus's eyes met mine. "I am, and you've been watching, waiting. All these years, I've been hoping." He smiled sadly, hoping that one day, the hybrid blood would produce another. Someone strong enough to survive. Someone who could carry on what we started. "Me," Xander said flatly. "You were hoping for me, and your mate." Marcus nodded at me. "I'd hoped you would find each other. Hybrids are drawn together, it's part of the gift. But I didn't know if it would happen. Didn't know if you'd survive long enough to claim her." "You've been manipulating us," I said. "From the beginning, guiding." Marcus's voice sharpened. "Not manipulating. I put opportunities in your path. I let fate do the rest. You found each other because you were meant to. I just made sure you had the chance. I thought about the pup I'd saved, the rogue that had attacked, the way Xander had appeared at exactly the right moment. You engineered that attack," I breathed. "The rogue, the pup, you." I gave a desperate wolf a chance to redeem himself. Marcus's eyes were unreadable. He chose violence. "That wasn't my doing. And if he'd killed me, then you wouldn't have been strong enough for what comes next." The coldness in his voice made me shiver. This wasn't a kindly grandfather figure. This was a wolf who had played the long game for 2 centuries, who had sacrificed love, family, everything, for a goal only he could see. "What comes next?" Xander demanded. "What are you planning?" Marcus looked at us both, and for the first time, I saw the weight of centuries in his eyes. The exhaustion, the grief, the determination. "War," he said quietly. "War is coming, and you two are the only ones who can win it." What did I just say? Marcus is Xander's grandfather? Comment below. Did you see that coming? Who do you think Marcus is planning to fight? I need to hear your theories right now. And if you're loving this dark, twisty story, hit that like button so more readers can find us. Subscribe so you don't miss part 4, where the real enemy finally shows its face. Part 4, the enemy revealed. I thought the greatest danger was the wolves who wanted me dead. I was wrong. The greatest danger was already inside the pack, and it had been waiting for me. War. Xander's voice was flat. What war? The packs have been at peace for 50 years. The packs, yes. Marcus lowered himself back into his chair, suddenly looking every one of his 300 years. But not everyone lives in packs. I felt the blood drain from my face. The hunters. Marcus nodded slowly. They've been rebuilding, organizing, waiting for the right moment. And that moment is coming. Hunters, Fenris scoffed. Humans with silver bullets. We've dealt with them before. They're pests, not threats. They were pests 50 years ago. Marcus's voice was heavy. They're not pests anymore. They've learned. adapted, found allies you never imagined. What kind of allies? Xander moved back to my side, his hand finding mine again. Squeezing, the kind who don't need silver to kill us. Marcus looked at me. The kind who have been hunting your family for generations. My blood went cold. Vampires. The word dropped into the silence like a stone into still water. No. Thorn shook his head violently. Impossible. The vampires stay in their cities. They don't interfere with pack business. There's an agreement. Agreements break. Marcus's voice was tired, especially when one side has been secretly building an army for decades. I was barely listening. Vampires. The creatures from my mother's worst nightmares. The ones who had hunted her family across continents, across centuries, never stopping, never giving up. They killed my grandmother, I whispered. Not the purge, the vampires. My mother always said they were worse than wolves. At least wolves kill you fast. Xander's arm came around me, pulling me against his side. Tell us everything, he ordered Marcus. No more secrets. No more games. Everything. Marcus nodded slowly. And then he told us a story that made my blood run cold. 50 years ago, before the purge, there was a different war. A secret war between hybrids and vampires. The vampires wanted hybrid blood. It has properties that extend their lives, increase their power. They were hunting hybrids to extinction long before wolves got involved. My grandmother was one of their primary targets. She was powerful. Her blood could have given a vampire centuries of life. They hunted her for decades before she finally found refuge with the pack, but the pack killed her anyway. My voice was bitter. The pack burned her. Marcus's eyes were sad, but not before she'd already given them the gift of hybrid children, and not before the vampires had learned exactly where she was. I frowned. What do you mean? I mean, the vampires knew she was here. They knew about the hybrid population in the pack. And when the purge started, they didn't interfere. They waited. Watch. Let the wolves do their work for them. Xander's arm tightened around me. You're saying the vampires orchestrated the purge? I'm saying they didn't stop it. And they've been collecting hybrid blood ever since. From the bodies. From the survivors they could capture. Building their power. Waiting. For what? I asked. For you. Marcus's milky eyes fixed on me. The last pure hybrid. The culmination of a bloodline they've been hunting for centuries. Your blood could give them more power than anything they've ever found. I felt sick. They know I exist. They've always known. Your mother spent her life running from them. Every time she thought she was safe, they found her. They never stopped looking. But how? How do they keep finding us? Marcus was quiet for a long moment. Then he said something that shattered what was left of my world. Because there's a traitor in the pack. Someone who's been feeding them information for 50 years. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Elders shouting, accusations flying, wolves shifting and snarling. Xander's roar cut through it all, demanding silence. But even he couldn't immediately restore order. A traitor? Fenris's voice was shrill. Who? Which one of us? I don't know. Marcus's voice was calm, but I could see the tension in his ancient frame. I've been trying to find out for decades. Whoever it is, they're careful. They've never been caught, but they've been feeding information to the vampires since before the purge. And you're telling us now? Thorn demanded. Now, when it might be too late. Because now it matters. Marcus looked at me. Now that the last pure hybrid is here, in this pack, claimed by the king, the vampires will move soon. They can't afford to wait any longer. How soon? Xander's voice was sharp. Soon, days, maybe weeks. They've been gathering their forces for months, waiting for the right moment to strike. What do they want? I asked. Me? My blood? Both, and more. Marcus's eyes were grim. They want to destroy the pack, destroy the wolves, take over the territory. The hybrid blood is just a bonus, a way to make themselves stronger while they do it. I thought about my mother, about all the years she'd spent running, hiding, never staying in one place too long. About the way she'd always looked over her shoulder, always checked the locks twice, always slept with a silver knife under her pillow. She hadn't been paranoid. She'd been right. We need to prepare, Xander said. Fortify the borders. Call in allied packs. Ready the warriors. No, Marcus shook his head. That's exactly what the traitor wants. If you move openly, they'll know. They'll adjust their plans. Or worse, they'll strike before you're ready. Then what do you suggest? Xander's voice was sharp. Sit here and wait to be attacked. I suggest you use the only weapon the vampires don't. Expect. Marcus looked at me. Her. Every eye in the room turned to me. Me? My voice came out higher than I intended. I'm not a weapon. I spent my whole life hiding. I don't know how to fight. I don't know how to. You're a hybrid. Marcus's voice was gentle but firm. The last pure hybrid in existence. You have power you've never accessed, abilities you've never explored. Your grandmother could heal wounds with a touch, could sense enemies from miles away, could shift into a form that made wolves and vampires alike tremble. I don't know how to do any of that. Then it's time you learned. Xander's hand found mine again. She's not a soldier. She's not trained. I can't just what? Marcus's voice sharpened. Protect her? Keep her safe. That's what you've been doing your whole life, King. Keeping your head down, hiding what you are. And it's kept you alive, but it hasn't made you strong. Xander's jaw tightened. I could feel the anger radiating from him, the instinctive need to protect warring with something else, recognition maybe. Because Marcus was right. We'd both spent our lives hiding, and it hadn't made us strong. It had just made us tired. What would I have to do? I asked quietly. Marcus's milky eyes softened. Learn. Grow. Embrace what you are. Your grandmother had teachers, other hybrids who helped her understand her power. They're all gone now. But I remember. I watched her. I know some of what she could do. And you'll teach me? If you'll let me. I looked at Xander. His expression was conflicted, wanting to protect me, warring with the knowledge that protection wasn't enough anymore. It's your choice, he said quietly. Whatever you decide, I'll support you. But if you do, if you learn to use your power, you won't be able to hide anymore. Everyone will know what you are. Everyone. The pack. The allied packs. The vampires. The whole world. I thought about my mother. About the life she'd lived, always running, always hiding, always afraid. About how she died anyway, alone and terrified, hunted down by creatures who saw her as nothing but a resource. She'd spent her whole life trying to survive, and in the end, it hadn't been enough. I'm tired of hiding, I said. Xander's eyes met mine. For a long moment, we just looked at each other. Then he nodded slowly. Then we do this together. He turned to Marcus. But if anything happens to her, if your training hurts her, it won't. Marcus's voice was steady. I've waited 200 years to protect this family. I'm not going to fail now. The other elders were watching us. Their expressions a mix of fear, suspicion, and something else, hope maybe. The hope that we might actually survive what was coming. Fenris stepped forward. If what Marcus says is true, if the vampires are really planning to attack, then we need to prepare. Not openly, but quietly. I have contacts in other packs. Wolves who owe me favors. I can start reaching out. Thorn nodded slowly. I know the terrain better than anyone. If we need places to hide, to fight, to ambush, I can map them. One by one, the elders offered what they could. Information. Resources. skills. For the first time since I'd entered the hall, they looked like a pack instead of a collection of suspicious old wolves. Marcus watched them with something like satisfaction. "This is how we survive," he murmured to me. "Together. Not hiding. Not running. Together." I nodded, but my mind was elsewhere, because something he'd said earlier kept echoing in my head. A traitor. Someone in the pack who'd been feeding information to the vampires for 50 years. Someone who was probably in this room right now. I looked at the elders, at their faces, their postures, their carefully controlled expressions. Any one of them could be the traitor. Any one of them could be watching me right now, calculating how to use this information, including Marcus. The thought hit me like a physical blow. Marcus, who claimed to be Xander's grandfather, who claimed to have loved a hybrid woman, who claimed to have been waiting 2 centuries to protect our family. What if it was all a lie? What if he was the traitor? I forced my expression to stay neutral, forced my heart to keep beating normally. But inside I was screaming, because if Marcus was the traitor, then everything he told us was designed to lead us exactly where he wanted us. And we'd walked right into his trap. The meeting ended. The elders dispersed. Xander led me back to our chambers, his arm around my waist, his body warm against mine. "You're quiet," he observed. "Thinking about?" I hesitated. Should I tell him? Should I voice my suspicions? What if I was wrong? What if I was right? And telling him put him in danger? "I don't know who to trust," I said finally. "Marcus seems sincere. But how do we know? How do we know he's not the traitor?" Xander was quiet for a long moment. Then he pulled me into our chambers and closed the door. "I've been asking myself the same question," he admitted. "Everything he says makes sense, but it also makes him too perfect, too convenient. The long-lost grandfather, who appears at exactly the right moment with exactly the right information." Exactly. I turned to face him. What if he's playing us? What if everything he's told us is designed to make us trust him so he can deliver us to the vampires? Xander's jaw tightened. "Then we need to find out. Carefully. Without alerting him that we suspect." "How?" "We watch. We wait. We test him." Xander's eyes met mine. "And we trust no one. Not even each other's judgment. From now on, we verify everything. Every piece of information. Every claim. We assume nothing." It was smart. Cautious. Exactly what we should have been doing from the beginning. But it also meant we were alone. Really alone. 2 hybrids in a pack of wolves. Unable to trust anyone. Not even each other completely. I moved closer to him, pressing my forehead against his chest. His arms came around me immediately, holding me tight. "We're going to survive this," he murmured. "I don't know how yet, but we're going to survive." I wanted to believe him. I wanted to believe that we could outsmart whoever was hunting us, whoever was betraying us, whoever wanted us dead. But as I stood there in his arms, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were already too late, that the trap had already closed, that we were walking exactly where our enemy wanted us to go. And somewhere in the darkness, someone was smiling. "Oh no. Oh, nitrogen monoxide. Is Marcus the traitor? Or is Seraphine's paranoia going to destroy their only ally?" Comment below with your theories. I'm dying to know what you think. And if you're loving this story, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss Part 5. The truth about Marcus is going to change everything. Part 5. The testing. Trust is a weapon. And in a war where everyone is hiding something, the only person you can really trust is yourself. 3 days. For 3 days, I watched Marcus, studied him, tested him. He taught me about my hybrid abilities, how to access them, control them, use them. He showed me meditation techniques my grandmother had developed. exercises to strengthen the connection between my human mind and my wolf soul. And through it all, I watched for signs of betrayal. Nothing. He was patient, kind, never pushed too hard or too fast. When I struggled, he encouraged. When I succeeded, he celebrated. He was everything a grandfather should be. It made me hate myself for suspecting him, but I couldn't stop. "You're distracted today," Marcus's voice was gentle as we sat in the training chamber, a circular room deep in the mountain, lit by torches that cast dancing shadows on the walls. "Just tired." I rubbed my eyes. "I didn't sleep well. Nightmares?" I hesitated, then nodded. Marcus's ancient face softened with understanding. "They'll pass. Eventually. The fear never completely goes away, but it becomes manageable. You learn to live with it. How did you survive?" The question came out before I could stop it. All those years. Watching. Waiting. Never knowing if today would be the day they found you. Marcus was quiet for a long moment. Then he said something I didn't expect. I almost didn't. Several times. The first century was the hardest. Every shadow held a threat. Every stranger could be an enemy. I came close to ending it more than once. My breath caught. "You thought about death?" "Yes." His milky eyes met mine. It seemed easier than continuing to fight, to hide, to pretend I wasn't slowly going mad with grief and fear. "What stops you?" "Hope." He smiled sadly. Stupid, irrational hope. The hope that someday things would be different. That someday I'd find a reason to keep living. That someday I'd be able to make things right. "And did you find a reason?" He looked at me for a long moment. I think I'm looking at her. The sincerity in his voice made my eyes sting. I wanted so badly to believe him, to let myself trust, to stop suspecting everyone who showed me kindness. But I couldn't, not yet. "Show me the healing technique again," I said instead. "The one with the energy transfer." Marcus nodded, accepting the change of subject without comment. He was good at that. Too good? I pushed the thought away and focused on his instructions. That night, Xander found me sitting by the window, staring at the moon. "Still thinking about Marcus?" I nodded without turning. "He's either the best ally we have or the best liar I've ever met." Xander settled beside me, his warmth seeping into my cold skin. "I've been watching him too, talking to wolves who knew him before. Everything checks out. His history, his relationships, his movements. Traitors can be careful." "Yes," Xander's voice was thoughtful, "but they can also be exactly what they seem. Sometimes a grandfather is just a grandfather." "You believe him?" "I believe he hasn't given us a reason not to." Xander's hand found mine. "And I believe we're running out of time to be suspicious of our only ally." I turned to look at him. "What do you mean?" "The vampires are moving." My scouts reported increased activity at the border. Strange scents. Signs of passage. They're gathering. Fear coiled in my stomach. "How long?" "A week. Maybe less." Xander's jaw tightened. "We need to be ready. And we need Marcus's help to do it." I wanted to argue. Wanted to insist that we needed more proof, more time, more certainty. But I knew he was right. Suspicion was a luxury we couldn't afford anymore. "Tomorrow," I said quietly. "Tomorrow, I'll stop testing him. I'll trust. Completely." Xander squeezed my hand. "That's all any of us can do." The next morning, everything changed. I woke to the sound of screaming. Not human screaming, wolf screaming. The high, keening cry of an animal in mortal terror. Xander was already on his feet, shifting as he moved, his massive wolf form replacing his human body in the space of a heartbeat. I followed, my hybrid instincts screaming, my body moving before my mind could catch up. The corridors were chaos. Wolves running, shifting, howling. The smell of blood, so much blood coating everything. We found Marcus in the elders' hall. He was slumped against the stone table, his ancient body broken and bleeding. Silver wounds, dozens of them, covering his chest, his arms, his face. No! I dropped to my knees beside him, my hands hovering over his wounds, desperate to help but not knowing how. Marcus's milky eyes found mine. He was dying. I could see it in the way his breath came in shallow gasps, in the blood pooling beneath him, in the peace settling over his features. "Child," he whispered. "Listen, don't talk. Save your strength. I can heal you. You taught me. Too late." His hand found mine, gripping with surprising strength. "Listen. Important, the traitor. Who?" I leaned closer, tears streaming down my face. "Marcus, who did this?" His eyes searched my face for a long moment. Then he smiled a real smile, full of love and regret and something that looked almost like relief. "Not who," he breathed. "What? The traitor isn't a wolf. It's..." His body convulsed. Blood bubbled from his lips. "Marcus." I shook him gently, desperately. "Marcus, stay with me." His eyes found mine one last time. "Your grandmother," he whispered. Tell her, I tried. Tell her He never finished." His body went still. His hand went limp in mine. And the last hybrid elder, the last link to my grandmother, to my family's history, to everything I'd never known, was gone. I don't know how long I knelt there, holding his hand, sobbing. Xander's presence was a warmth at my back, but I couldn't feel it. Couldn't feel anything except the gaping hole where hope had been. He'd been real. He'd been telling the truth. He'd been my grandfather, Xander's grandfather, and I'd spent 3 days suspecting him of betrayal. And now he was dead. "I'm sorry." The words tore out of me, broken and useless. "I'm so sorry. I should have trusted you. I should have." A hand on my shoulder. Xander's voice, rough with grief. He knew. He understood why you had to be careful. It doesn't matter. He's dead. He died thinking I didn't trust him. He died knowing he'd finally found his family. Xander pulled me gently to my feet. He died protecting you. That's what he wanted. I looked at Marcus's body, at the silver wounds that covered him. The traitor did this. The one he was trying to warn us about. Yes, and we still don't know who it is. Xander's jaw tightened. We know more than we did. He said the traitor isn't a wolf. That narrows it down. Not a wolf. I frowned, trying to think through the fog of grief. But everyone in the pack is a wolf. I stopped, because Marcus's last words were echoing in my head. The traitor isn't a wolf. It's what? What could be in a wolf pack that wasn't a wolf? And then I remembered something. Something my mother had told me years ago, when I was too young to understand. The vampires have spies everywhere, little moon. They can look like anyone, smell like anyone. Even wolves can't always tell the difference. A shapeshifter, a vampire who could mimic a wolf. One had been living among us for 50 years, maybe longer, and Marcus had just figured out who. I turned to Xander, my eyes wide. We need to check the body, the wounds, if it was a vampire. But even as I spoke, I knew we were too late. The body was already changing, melting, shifting from the ancient wolf I'd held in my arms to something else entirely. Something with pale skin and pointed teeth and eyes that had never known humanity. A vampire. The thing that had been pretending to be Marcus opened its eyes and smiled. Took you long enough, it said. Marcus was a vampire all along. Comment below. Did you suspect? How long has the imposter been posing as Marcus? And where is the real Marcus? I need to hear your theories right now. And if you're loving this twisty, heartbreaking story, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the final part. Everything comes to a head in part 6, and trust me, you are not ready for what happens next. Part 6. The Blood Moon Rising. I came into this pack as a bride with a secret. I would leave it as a warrior with nothing left to lose. The vampire smiled at me with Marcus's face. Not Marcus's face anymore, I realized. The features were shifting, melting, reforming into something sharper. More angular. More wrong. Surprise, it said. Xander moved. Faster than I'd ever seen him move. His hand closed around the vampire's throat, lifting it off the ground like it weighed nothing. You killed him. Xander's voice was barely human. You killed my grandfather. Your grandfather died 200 years ago. The vampire's voice was calm, despite being strangled. I've been wearing his face ever since. The words hit me like silver through the heart. 200 years. This thing had been pretending to be Marcus for 200 years. Watching, waiting, manipulating. You knew my grandmother, I whispered. You knew everything. I knew everything because I was everything. The vampire's eyes now fully black, no trace of milky white remaining fixed on me. I was the loving grandfather, the wise elder, the helpful guide. And you trusted me, both of you, completely. Xander's hand tightened. The vampire should have been choking, but it just kept smiling. You can't kill me that way, it said. I'm already dead. You need silver. Fire. Something you don't have right now. Then I'll find something. Xander's voice was murderous. Xander. I put my hand on his arm. Wait, we need information. We need to know what I know. The vampire laughed. I know everything. I know about your grandmother's secret hoard of hybrid knowledge. I know about the traitor in your pack, the real traitor, not me. I know exactly when the vampire army is going to strike. Tell us, why would I do that? Because I'll make it hurt if you don't. Xander's eyes were blazing gold. The vampire laughed again. You think I'm afraid of pain? I've been pretending to be a 300-year-old wolf for 2 centuries. I've watched my real body rot while I wore this borrowed flesh. Pain is my oldest friend. I looked at it, really looked. Behind the bravado, behind the mocking smile, I saw something. Exhaustion, desperation. The same thing I'd seen in Marcus's eyes when I thought he was real. You're trapped, I said slowly. Aren't you? You can't go back to your own body. Can't leave this form. You're stuck. Something flickered in the vampire's black eyes. Fear. Your grandmother did this to me, it whispered. The real Marcus died saving her. I was the one who caught them, who tried to take her blood. And she cursed me, bound me to his corpse, made me wear his face forever, never able to leave, never able to die. I remembered my grandmother now. Not from memories, I'd never met her, but from stories. From the way my mother's voice changed when she spoke of her. She'd been powerful, more powerful than anyone knew. And apparently, she'd also been creative with her vengeance. She wanted you to suffer, I said, for 200 years. The vampire's voice cracked. Watching her descendants, protecting them, loving them. Do you know what it's like to be forced to love your enemies? To feel genuine affection for the people you were sent to destroy? I didn't answer, because I was too busy processing what it meant. This creature had been living as Marcus for 2 centuries. It had watched over my family, protected them, guided them, and somewhere along the way, it had stopped being a spy and started being something else. You really loved us, Xander said, and his voice held wonder. The grandfather you pretended to be, you became him. I didn't have a choice. The vampire's voice was bitter. The curse made me feel what he would have felt. Made me care when I should have been indifferent. Made me protect when I should have destroyed. Your grandmother didn't just trap my body. She trapped my soul. I thought about the last 3 days. About the patient teaching. The gentle encouragement. The way Marcus, had looked at me with something like love in his ancient eyes. It had been real. All of it. Real because a dead woman's magic had forced it to be real. The real traitor, I said. The one you mentioned? Who is it? You can't kill me that way, it said. I'm already dead. You need silver. Fire. Something you don't have right now. Then I'll find something. Xander's voice was murderous. Xander. I put my hand on his arm. Wait, we need information. We need to know what I know. The vampire laughed. I know everything. I know about your grandmother's secret hoard of hybrid knowledge. I know about the traitor in your pack, the real traitor, not me. I know exactly when the vampire army is going to strike. Tell us, why would I do that? Because I'll make it hurt if you don't. Xander's eyes were blazing gold. The vampire laughed again. You think I'm afraid of pain? I've been pretending to be a 300-year-old wolf for 2 centuries. I've watched my real body rot while I wore this borrowed flesh. Pain is my oldest friend. I looked at it, really looked. Behind the bravado, behind the mocking smile, I saw something. Exhaustion, desperation. The same thing I'd seen in Marcus's eyes when I thought he was real. You're trapped, I said slowly. Aren't you? You can't go back to your own body. Can't leave this form. You're stuck. Something flickered in the vampire's black eyes. Fear. Your grandmother did this to me, it whispered. The real Marcus died saving her. I was the one who caught them, who tried to take her blood. And she cursed me, bound me to his corpse, made me wear his face forever. Never able to leave, never able to die. I remembered my grandmother now. Not from memories, I'd never met her, but from stories. From the way my mother's voice changed when she spoke of her. She'd been powerful, more powerful than anyone knew. And apparently, she'd also been creative with her vengeance. She wanted you to suffer, I said, for 200 years. The vampire's voice cracked, watching her descendants, protecting them, loving them. Do you know what it's like to be forced to love your enemies? To feel genuine affection for the people you were sent to destroy? I didn't answer, because I was too busy processing what it meant. This creature had been living as Marcus for 2 centuries. It had watched over my family, protected them, guided them, and somewhere along the way, it had stopped being a spy and started being something else. You really loved us, Xander said, and his voice held wonder. The grandfather you pretended to be, you became him. I didn't have a choice. The vampire's voice was bitter. The curse made me feel what he would have felt. Made me care when I should have been indifferent. Made me protect when I should have destroyed. Your grandmother didn't just trap my body. She trapped my soul. I thought about the last 3 days. About the patient teaching. The gentle encouragement. The way Marcus had looked at me with something like love in his ancient eyes. It had been real. All of it. Real because a dead woman's magic had forced it to be real. The real traitor, I said. The one you mentioned. Who is it? The vampire. I needed a name for it. I realized looked at me for a long moment. Fenris, it said finally. The historian. She's been working with the vampires for decades. Feeding them information. Helping them plan. She's the reason they know everything about this pack. Fenris. The sharp-faced elder who'd offered to help. Who'd promised to reach out to her contacts. I remembered the way she'd looked at me during that first meeting. The hunger in her eyes. The way she'd pushed for information about my bloodline. Where is she now? Xander demanded. Gone. She left last night, after she killed me. The vampire's smile was sad. She knew I'd figured it out. Knew I was going to expose her. So she struck first. But you're not dead. No, I can't die. Not until the curse is broken. It looked at me. And only you can break it. Me? Your grandmother's magic. It passes through the bloodline. You have the power to release me, to let me finally die. I should have hated this creature. It had lied to us, manipulated us, worn my grandfather's face like a costume for 2 centuries. But all I felt was pity. You've been a prisoner, I said softly, for 200 years, forced to care about people you were supposed to destroy. That's not justice. That's torture. It's what I deserved. The vampire's voice was barely a whisper. I killed him. The real Marcus. I killed him with my own hands while he begged for your grandmother's life. I deserve everything I got. And yet here you are, still protecting us, still loving us, still choosing to help, even when the curse doesn't force you to anymore. Something shifted in its black eyes. Hope maybe, or the first stirrings of peace. Can you do it? It asked. Can you break the curse? I didn't know. I'd only been training for 3 days. I barely understood my own power, let alone how to undo magic my grandmother had woven 2 centuries ago. But I had to try. I need you to teach me, I said. One last lesson. Tell me what to do. It smiled a real smile, not the mocking one from before. You're so like her, it whispered. So like your grandmother. She would have done the same thing. Then it closed its eyes and began to speak. The ritual was simple. Terrifying, but simple. I had to touch the vampire's forehead, the place where my grandmother's magic had entered 2 centuries ago. I had to reach inside with my own power and find the knot of energy that bound its soul to Marcus's body. And I had to unravel it. If I did it wrong, I could kill us both. If I did it right, I would set it free. Xander stood behind me, ready to intervene if anything went wrong. The elders' hall was empty now. The other wolves had fled during the chaos, and we barred the doors against intrusion. Ready? I asked. The vampire nodded. Whatever happens, thank you. For seeing me. Not the mask, but me. I placed my hand on its forehead. The moment I touched it, power exploded through me. Not my power, my grandmother's. Ancient magic, older than anything I'd ever felt, roaring through my veins like fire. I saw everything. I saw the real Marcus, young and strong, dying to protect the woman he loved. I saw my grandmother's grief, her rage, her desperate need for vengeance. I saw her weave the curse binding the murderer to the victim's flesh, forcing it to become the man it had killed. And I saw 2 centuries of suffering, 2 centuries of a creature trapped between what it was and what it had been forced to become. 2 centuries of watching, protecting, loving people who would never know the truth. The knot was tangled, complicated, designed to never be undone. But I could see the threads now, could trace them back to their source, could find the one weak point my grandmother had left deliberately. I realized a way out if the creature ever truly repented. It had repented 2 centuries ago, and every day since. I pulled the thread. The magic shattered. Light exploded through the room, bright, golden, warm. The vampire's body arched, convulsed, and then went still. For one horrible moment, I thought I'd killed it. Then it opened its eyes. Human eyes, brown and warm and filled with tears. I remember, it whispered. I remember who I was. Before. My name was Theron. I was a scholar, a poet. I never wanted to be a killer. I helped it sit up, my hands gentle on its shoulders. What happened? The vampire queen. She captured me, turned me, forced me to do her bidding. I never had a choice. Theron's tears fell freely. Until your grandmother. She gave me the only choice that mattered. She gave me a chance to become someone better. I thought about my grandmother, the woman I'd never met, whose power still echoed through generations. She hadn't just cursed her enemy. She'd saved him, given him 2 centuries to become the man he should have been. That's why you protected us, I said softly. Not because of the curse. Because you wanted to. Because I loved you. Theron smiled through his tears. All of you. Every generation. I watched over your mothers and fathers, your aunts and uncles, your cousins and siblings. I kept them safe when I could, mourned them when I couldn't. He looked at Xander. I watched you grow up, saw you struggle with what you were, wanted so badly to tell you the truth, to tell you that you weren't alone, that the curse wouldn't let me. Xander's voice was rough. You were there, all those years. When my father tried to kill me, I couldn't stop him. The curse wouldn't let me intervene directly, but I made sure someone found you, made sure you didn't bleed out, and when I found Seraphina, I guided her to you. Theron's smile widened. The pup she saved? That was my doing. I arranged the whole thing. Knew you'd be hunting in that territory that night. Knew you'd see her courage. I should have been angry. Should have felt manipulated. Instead, I felt grateful. You gave us each other, I whispered. You gave us a chance. I gave you what your grandmother would have wanted. Theron's voice was weakening now. A family, a future, a chance to break the cycle of hatred and fear. He looked at us both, and his eyes were full of love. Now go, he said. Fenris has already warned the vampires. They're coming. Tonight. You need to prepare. We can't leave you. You can. You must. Theron's body was starting to fade, literally fade, becoming translucent around the edges. I'm finally going home. To your grandmother. To Marcus. To everyone I lost. I leaned down and pressed my kiss to his forehead. Thank you, I whispered. For everything. He smiled one last time. Then he was gone, scattered on the wind like dust. Like memory, like a prayer finally answered. I stood there for a long moment, tears streaming down my face. Then I turned to Xander. Let's go kill some vampires. The battle was chaos. They came at midnight, just as Theron had warned. Hundreds of them vampires from a dozen different clans, united by their hunger for hybrid blood. For my blood. But we were ready. Xander had mobilized the pack while I performed the ritual. Warriors stationed at every entrance. Scouts tracking their approach. Traps laid in the forest, silver-lined pits and falling nets. And me. I stood at the center of it all, my hybrid power blazing through my veins like liquid fire. Theron's last lesson had unlocked something inside me, something ancient and powerful and utterly terrifying. I could feel them now. Every vampire within a mile. Could sense their hunger, their fear, their desperate need. Could reach inside them and find the weak spots, the places where their undead bodies were most vulnerable. When they broke through our defenses, I was ready. The first one reached me and fell, silver burning through its chest before it could touch me. The second lasted 2 seconds longer. The third almost reached my throat before Xander tore its head off. And then we were fighting back to back. King and queen, wolves and warriors. The whole pack united against a common enemy. It was beautiful. Terrifying. Glorious. I saw Fenris in the chaos, the traitor, fighting alongside the vampires. Her true allegiance finally revealed. She saw me at the same moment, and her face twisted with hatred. You! She lunged toward me, claws extended, silver gleaming on her fingertips. I met her charge head-on. We clashed in the center of the battlefield, hybrid against traitor, queen against pretender. She was stronger than I expected, faster, more experienced. Her claws raked my arm, drawing blood. I barely felt it, because I could feel something else now, something I hadn't expected. The vampires' minds were open to me, and through them, I could feel Fenris's true nature. She wasn't just a traitor. She was a hybrid, half wolf, half vampire. A creature that shouldn't exist, born of 2 species that had been at war for millennia. You're like me, I breathed. I'm nothing like you. She spat the words. I chose power. I chose survival. You chose love and weakness, and you chose to betray your own kind. They were never my kind. She lunged again, and this time I was ready. I caught her wrist, twisted, used her momentum against her. She crashed to the ground, and I was on top of her, my hands around her throat. You could have been something great, I told her. A bridge between species, a symbol of hope. Instead, you chose hate. Hope doesn't keep you alive. Her eyes blazed with fury. Power does. Then you should have chosen better allies. I didn't kill her. That wasn't my place. But I held her while Xander bound her in silver chains, while the pack secured the remaining vampires, while the battle finally, Leslie ended. Dawn broke over the mountains, painting the snow in shades of pink and gold. I stood at the edge of the battlefield, surrounded by the bodies of our enemies, and I felt something I'd never felt before. Peace. Not because the fighting was over, it wasn't. Not really. The vampires would regroup, would try again, would never stop hunting us completely. But because I wasn't alone anymore, Xander came up behind me, his arms wrapping around my waist, his chin resting on my shoulder. We survived, he murmured. We did more than that. I turned in his arms to face him. We found each other. We found our family. We found a reason to fight. His golden eyes searched my face. Was it worth it? All the pain? All the secrets? All the fear? I thought about my mother, dead too young. About Marcus, both Marcuses, real and borrowed. About Theron, finally at peace. About my grandmother, whose magic had saved us all in the end. Yes, I said. It was worth it, because it led me here. To you. To this. I touched his face, felt the warmth of his skin, the steady beat of his heart. I love you, I whispered. Not because you're my mate. Not because fate decided we belong together. Because you're you. Because you chose me. Because you never gave up on me. Xander's eyes glistened. I love you too, he said. My queen, my mate, my heart. He kissed me then, soft and sweet and full of promise. And in that moment, surrounded by the aftermath of battle, standing in the dawn of a new day, I finally understood what my grandmother had known all along. Love wasn't weakness. It was the strongest thing in the world. The pack gathered around us as the sun rose higher. Wounded but alive. Broken but unbroken. A family finally united. We have a lot of work to do, Xander said quietly. Rebuilding. Healing. Making peace with the vampires who want it. Hunting down the ones who don't. We'll do it together. I squeezed his hand. All of us. He smiled a real smile, full of hope and love and determination. Together, he agreed. And as the blood moon set and the new day dawned, we began the work of building something better. Not just a pack, a family. And that's the end of Serafina and Xander's story. For now. Did that ending satisfy you? Comment below. What was your favorite moment? Who was your favorite character? Would you want to see more stories set in this world? If you loved this story, please subscribe so you don't miss the next dark romance tale. Like this story to help others find it. Share it with a friend who needs to feel something today. And tell me in the comments, what kind of story should I write next? Forbidden's vampire romance? Enemies to lovers wolf pack drama? Something even darker? I read every single comment and your suggestions shape what comes next. Until next time, beautiful souls, keep loving, keep fighting, and never stop believing in the power of your own heart. Value-based conclusion. You know, as I finish telling you this story, I want you to take something away from it. Something deeper than just entertainment. Serafina spent her whole life hiding. She thought secrecy was safety. She thought keeping everyone at arm's length would protect her. And in some ways, it did. It kept her alive. But it also kept her alone. It wasn't until she let someone really in, with all her dangerous truth that she found what she'd been searching for her whole life. connection, belonging, love. How many of us do the same thing? How many of us hide our true selves because we're afraid of what people might think? How many of us push people away because getting close means risking hurt? Xander showed her that real strength isn't in hiding. It's in being seen. It's in saying, "This is who I am," and trusting that the right people will stay. And Theron tortured Theron showed us something even more profound. That redemption is possible. That even someone who's done terrible things can choose to become better. That love can transform even the most broken soul. So here's my question for you. Beautiful reader, what are you hiding? What secret are you carrying that you're terrified to share? What part of yourself have you locked away because you're afraid of rejection? I'm not saying you need to tell everyone everything. I'm not saying vulnerability doesn't come with risk. It does. Serafina almost died because she trusted that she also lived. Really lived. For the first time in her life. Maybe it's time for you to take that risk too. Maybe it's time to let someone see the real you, the messy, complicated, beautiful real you. Because you deserve to be loved for who you actually are. And the right person. They won't run. They'll stay. They'll fight for you. They'll love you exactly as you are. Just like Xander loved Serafina. Just like you deserve to be loved. Now go find your person. And if you've already found them, hold them tight. Tell them the truth. Let them see all of you. It's the scariest thing you'll ever do. And it's the only thing that really matters. Subscribe for more stories that make you feel. Like and share if this touched your heart. And comment below. What secret are you ready to share?